Hey Gene, it's Eric again. Just wanted to make another quick screencast and go over a couple of things that I didn't go over with the initial screen share. We went over more so strategies, and forgive me for it being so long, so lengthy. I tend to get to want to teach more than exhort, and just kind of get to the point. So forgive me for that. I think we went over a couple of strategies. I did think Facebook was going to be a strategy. It's more like you see here. It's a digital billboard, not as highly or hyper targeted as what you're about to see. But the SEO definitely would be something to pursue. I'm 100% confident that I can rank you in Lubbock, Midland, Odessa, Amarillo, in those areas. And I do have to correct myself. It wasn't 1 million. It's 2 point something million. It's actually over 2 million people in this West Texas area. But nevertheless, I'm hoping to keep this under. I have a timer right here. I'm about to try to keep it under 15 minutes or so. But I did want to go over this specific strategy. So it can make more sense on while we're waiting for the SEO to rank, which I'll give you the proposal here in just a little bit, and while we're investing all of those funds and those resources for SEO to rank, you're not going to get the leads immediately, and that's what we're about to go over as well. And this is more so immediate leads. You put in an ad spend budget, and get leads pretty instantaneously. With hyper targeted or what we call Adwords. What I'm about to cover is how my methodologies and my techniques help you or help people, period, clients, from getting burned and blowing their budget on Google. There's so many people out there that don't know what they're doing, or lackadaisical, and there's a lot of little things that matter, and you can go through a budget really quickly and not have any return on the investment. As I mentioned, Facebook is something that I don't think that would be relevant at the time. I think that you could give it a shot and try. I think that people that are scrolling through their news feeds and things like that, and maybe have thought about it, before, and oh yeah, let's just kind of look into this. Those are the type of leads that you get. It's kind of like going through a big billboard, which once again you'll see in a minute. Hyper targeted leads are really highly relevant clicks, and that you're gonna be able to pay a whole lot less than the market than everybody else is paying. You're gonna get the highest leads quality leads possible in the market without having to pay what the rest of the market is paying. As I showed you in the last screencast, $100, $200, $300, $400,000 a month. They're just throwing money against the wall, and trying to outbid everybody, and that's not necessarily what you need to do. And it's without virtually any risk. As I mentioned, some of them are spending 70, 170, 200,000. They're losing tens and thousands of dollars a month, with just silly little things that should be taken care of by their AdWords managers. But I can get you the same type of leads, and not have to worry about the SEO taking forever. And we can have the SEO strategy building up on the side while this is taking over, and eventually you can start to cut down on your AdWords budget while the SEO leads are coming in, or you can have them both just keep on going and kind of dominate. It's what some people do in certain niches. Also, I'm going to cover or uncover how to prevent good insurance leads from running away. That's another issue that people have with AdWords and even Facebook, is that they click, but then they're lost. And why does that happen? The add-on replacement to your existing AdWords strategy, you don't have to play hundreds of clicks like the rest of the market. Excuse me. And how many leads can you handle from your area? I'm not sure how many leads that you can handle. Insurance, just being transparent with you, because that's just who I am. I'm not sure how many leads I'm going to be able to get. I'm hopeful in some niches and some of these areas that I serve. In some of these businesses, I'm getting 35, 40, 50 leads a month. And so I'm really excited as to what I'm going to be able to produce for you in the Lubbock area. Are you excited? I'm excited. This is what doesn't work. These billboard ads. So you have all these people that are just passing by, a certain billboard, and you're not, and they're looking, and this one might had an interest, 3 or 4 months ago, but this one right here might have an interest yesterday, but I've already called a couple of people, and you might have one person that says, oh, let me go ahead and call, and they don't even have a phone number on there. They just have a brand, and so people are just throwing all kinds of silly money away with ads that don't work. And Facebook is kind of the same way. Facebook is a little targeted, and it has some relevancy. As if you had plumbers here and dog groomers here and hay sales here and insurance leads here and cosmetologists and dentists, and you have all these people. When these people are passing by on this billboard, it's not as relevant. Facebook is the same way. You can get people passed by the streets, but there's only so many people that can be in the street. There's so many spaces, and so many people are passing by, and so you're not specifically going to each single window and targeting, the city. I mean, completely being even more relevant than what Facebook can even do. To be perfectly relevant, you get to target every single every single square. It's just an analogy, but as if it was a person. And so this person, whenever they're targeting, this is even better. When someone's targeting best plumber in Brooklyn, I mean, or this is once again just an example. They're targeting best plumber, or they're typing in top plumber in Brooklyn, or heating plumber near me, broken water pipe. These are specifically targeted keywords. When you do Facebook, it's more, it's not as targeted. It's more plumber Brooklyn or plumber Queens kind of demographic. And then of course you have the billboard that you saw at the very beginning with the Superman cape on, and you're just kind of throwing money against the wall and hoping somebody might be interested and they might click. That's not what we're dealing with today. What we're dealing with today is AdWords, and it's super targeted. So whenever someone types in 24-hour plumber or insurance or whatever it may be, you're not getting this. You're getting super specific targeting. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I've already created a campaign for you for Premier Health Insurances, or health insurance rather. And under this campaign, what I have is what I've created through some software that I have, through the methodologies that I use. We've created through keywords. You have to have a campaign that has ad groups, ads, and then the keywords into it. So these are the ad groups. When people type in certain things, it goes into an ad group from a keyword, and it kind of get filters down, but it's targeted specifically on the keyword that they type in. I have here's something else that's highly exclusive, confidential, classified information. Not to mention negative keywords, which is something else that people don't even do. That's a money. Oh my! I can't even begin to tell you. But that's something relatively simple. That if people knew what they were doing, you type in keywords, and you, instead of someone putting in, and I haven't done it for you yet, because I was waiting to see if this is a route that you wanted to take. Obviously, this does take some work, but I think I have another one that's already on there. Let's look at solar panels. I have some keywords for solar panels. Yeah, and you just keep on going. You see there, and it all takes tons and tons and tons of work, so we were on the Premier Health Insurances. There we are. And so we have with keywords. Yeah, if you don't type in the negative keyword, I mean, if you're trying to sell cheap insurance, cheap health insurance quotes, and you have in there North Carolina, Seattle, Philadelphia, Chicago, all of these places, you're just blowing money. You're not relevant there, but that's what people have forgotten. A lot of these AdWords managers, they forget, or they don't, or they're lazy, or whatever. A variety of different reasons as to why they don't, which they should. They should do their due diligence, especially with a client that you're getting paid for to be able to manage this. they're not doing their due diligence, and they forget about this, and next you know it, you're wasting all of these clicks, in your health insurance in our niche in Lubbock, health insurance Lubbock, we're looking at $14.69 a click, which I lower through what I'm showing you. So and this is a high bid. If I'm not mistaken, this Keywords Everywhere little app that I have here for Health Care Plans Austin, there's really not that much volume, but on the higher volume, like Blue Cross Blue Shield Texas, $7.72 a click. That's per click. So when someone clicks on this right here, that's going to charge them. If it was this keyword right here, and there's only this one right here, if I click that, I was going to charge them $14 and however many cents it just said. It changes as per keyword, 1958, and you're paying a cost per click, but all that can be lowered if, depending on your click-through rate, your quality score, a variety of different metrics, which I have mastered, and especially with this right here, it's called a one-to-one method. Cheap and health insurance quotes, specifically cheap health insurance broad, and then the other one is exact match health insurance quotes. And so every single one of these little things that I'm doing for every single keyword, as you see here, every healthcare insurance policies, good insurance plans, health insurance now, cheaper health insurance options, I picked 500 of the top keywords that had good relevancy. As you see here, no one's really searching for this. Health insurance, Texas 2019, Texas health insurance. It might be just a couple people. People are searching for Humana health insurance providers, Humana health insurance numbers, things like that. Or like what we just had here was companies. I think at the bottom we'll have some companies here, maybe. Let's look here. I'm already running on 12 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go faster. Cheese and crackers. So we have here, this obviously this is SEO and stuff. Lubbock, Texas. So this keyword right here, it's not costing you nothing per click. It'll cost you something per click, but there's a very low volume, which the competition is pretty low. And so we take all of these keywords. What I do here is I take all of these keywords. We take the ones that are relevant, the ones that are that have buyer intent, and I put them into here, such as how do I get health insurance now? That's pretty buyer intent, someone's looking for health insurance or purchase individual health insurance plans. When someone types that into Google, here in the Lubbock area, you'll pop up. As I was telling you about the demographics, if you click here, geez, I'm sorry that I'm going over 15 minutes. Here we go again with my locations. That's what I was looking at. And I hadn't entered your locations because I was going to do this live for you. Come on. Here we go. Oh, sorry. There we are. So check it out. We have Lubbock on the DMA Nelson's regions. That's 500,000 people. And then we have Odessa, Midland, Texas, 956,000 people targeted. Obviously, if you get calls from down here or whatever, it's your choice. If it's worth it and they want to come, I remember doing some clients, or if you can schedule them all, it's completely up to you. But it gives you a better chance at landing, some high value clients, especially if you get a business, that's calling that says, hey, I need some health insurance for my company, it's probably worth it. And then lastly, Amarillo. And so there you go. You get 956, half a mil, and almost another, 8.5, almost another million. You have over 2 million people in this area that are looking for, or that are going to be looking for health insurance. I'm gonna save that since it's already on here. It's all up. It's in that entire area. You have tons of people, and so as you can see, we can target demographics by age, by household, by gender, a variety of interest. I can do a whole variety of things. But what I know that has worked the most is what I'm doing right here. It's called the one-to-one method, and that's what's gonna be able to increase the quality score, which is going to decrease the click-through rate. I mean, increase the quality score, which is going to increase the click-through rate, which is going to decrease that cost per click. And that's how that works. So anyway, I didn't want to I'm sorry, here we are again. Yeah. So what happens is that, and then of course we use long tail keywords in the example that I just showed you, a variety. How do you buy health insurance? That's a long tail keyword instead of a bicycle. You know, it's really high, and it costs a lot to compete. But the longer that you get, you know, your probability of conversion is a whole lot higher, and it doesn't cost you as much. And that's part of the strategy that we use. What's happening is, once again, advertiser 1 has a really low quality score. He's hardly ranking at all. He has the highest cost per click. I have a phenomenal quality score, and so our ad rank has a higher ad rank, and so we don't have to bid as much. We bid lower, and our actual cost per click is lower, and we're in the first position. And so you're able to pay less per lead than all of these other competitors that are throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars at the wall. Once again, the most important factor is the click-through rate. It's from the Google chief economist. Quality score is determined by click-through rate, ad relevancy, and quality landing page, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. Hopefully wrap it up in 20. Common practices. So what I'm doing, as I showed you, I'm doing a campaign method with a one-to-one group. We have one ad group, another ad group. With each ad group, we have an ad and a keyword. With this ad and the keyword, it's specifically targeted. And so your click-through rate and everything else I just said anyway is determined. It would help whenever you break it down in this type of structure. It helps increase quality score, click-through rate, and lower the cost per click. And so when you lower the cost per click, you can spend the $2,500 that you're spending here to get what was it? First connections. I'm hoping that's working. I'm not being facetious. First connections. These aren't going to be first connections. These are going to be people looking for insurance companies, you know, insurance, health insurance, and obviously we can. Excuse me. I'm still getting over. I just got that Rocephin shot yesterday. I'm still getting over the. I think it was strep. I know my daughter has strep right now, so and that's why it's last week was terrible, and I was trying to fight it off, but finally I bit the bullet when I went and got me that shot that I couldn't walk on for several hours. But anyway, these are going to be people that are calling in for insurance, or if you want to use this immediately also for your IULs or for annuities, you know, for financial advisors and things like that, we can definitely go that route. Each one is going to take its own budget. You know, you can't really add it all together, and because each one is also going to have their certain keywords, as you see here, and it's also going to have a certain landing page. So each one has its own structure, but each one can produce the same results. The one-to-one method, as I mentioned. Landing page demonstration. Yes, here we are. Let me show the landing pages about what I'm talking about. So whenever you have, excuse me, that was for another client of mine. He wants some Facebook ads, or he has Facebook ads. Where am I? Bear with me. Thank you very much. Health insurance. Aha. All right. And so we have landing pages. So this is the one this is a website that I have for a lady here in Lubbock that I created. And it's for solar energy panels. And there it goes. It's one of my best ones yet. I like it. It's pretty neat. So people like the animations and stuff like that. But yeah, the bounce. But anyway, whenever I can make your site like this. So if we're doing since we're going to do the SEO, your sites like this, and then we test landing pages to see which one is going to get a better capture, right? So you can lead them directly to your website, and they come here, and they obviously they want to receive a free quote. They have everything else about you here. It's an entire site, obviously with a landing page centric header is what it's called. And so you get click now, and it takes you to to the actual landing page. And here's the free solar energy quote. I have her video. It's supposed to. It's loading a little slow for whatever reason. I probably got so much stuff in the background going on. But there you are. Here's a video that I created for her. It's a white panel video. A whiteboard animation video.
Tired of paying outrageous electric bills that keep going up year after year? Let us help you make a smooth and easy transition from paying your electric bill to getting paid for your electricity.
Yeah. And so you can lead them here, and they just keep going, and they funnel through, and then they put their stuff in, and there you go. Obviously, you don't have to take that option. You can have a simpler landing page, as I have for a multi-level marketing guy that I do some stuff for, and it's really simple. As another, I like whiteboard animations. You can have color and stuff too, but it catches people's eye with all the moving parts and stuff like that when you're drawing it out instead of just as video. Video is good too. I can get video done. I don't really do video myself, but nevertheless, neither here nor there. So it's really simple. Put in your information. As soon as they click on your site from the ad, it leads them to a landing page. Boom, you're done. And then lastly, what I've been trying lately as well is what's called a mousetrap. Here's another website that has a mousetrap on it, and so you get on it, and it's very simple. It's landed, and you have information, and then evaluation. You need insurance. Yeah. How long have you been with? Do you have insurance now? No. Are you currently looking for insurance for your entire family? Yes. Get help now. And then boom, you're in a mousetrap, and so you're inputting information. Do you want a free quote today? Yes. 3 more steps, and so you're almost done. And this is what we're finding in my space is at times, depending on the niche, has a higher capture rate for a landing page, because if someone types in what we already did, health insurance, Texas. You should have some right here. If someone types that in, I don't want to click on and make them. I don't want to spend their money. But if someone clicks on that and it goes somewhere like this, they may not in certain industries click in and put their information in. And that's why we test it with what we call a mousetrap, and it doesn't bombard them with I need your information now, which is what they're looking for. But at times you want to be a little more subtle, and be able to put a mousetrap, and you kind of get bits of cheese in there, and make them ask a question, and you'll see what's about to happen. When's your court date? And ask another question, and see, and then how are you playing? Zip code. Describe your case. 79424, and select 1. Current income. Describe your case. Blah blah blah. And there you go. Now you want the contact information. Well, by that time that they've already submitted all the rest of the stuff, the probability of them entering contact information is greater, once again, in some niches. And so we use all 3 different methods. But if you don't, anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Amazed? Yeah. It's pretty good stuff, right? I know, I like it. So contact us today. I'd love to hear from you after you see this video. I'm into 25 minutes. Hey, I was 10 minutes over. It's not an hour. But I am, now that I've done that and I already have that campaign set up, I am going to look for, I've actually had 2 or 3 friends that are still in the insurance space that wanted we him and a haul back and forth, and And that's not a niche that I'm in. So I've highly, ever since you with Hunter, excuse me, ever since Hunter, ever since the Lord really kind of orchestrated this, I've really been thinking about having a partner in this space. I would love it to be y'all, and to, especially with the SEO aspect of it. It's a long-term strategy, but I'm 100% confident that I can rank you all across with all the keywords. You got to start with about 5 and then rank them, and then we start moving with extra keywords as we go, and then within 2 to 3 years, you have domination domination in a certain market, and the SEO aspect also will cover, I can do like 15 keywords, so 5 for insurance, 5 for UIL, and then 5 for annuities or financial services. I can't really do that with and that way it'll take on its own kind of form with all of it together, and everybody goes to the same website, versus the AdWords. But once again, it's a long-term strategy. The results aren't going to be as instantaneous. I'm going on 30 because I want because I like to talk sometimes. I don't know. I like to teach, and I just try to maybe provide value with my knowledge. And nevertheless, you have all 3 of those, the services that you offer on one website with 15 different keywords, all targeted to one website, and eventually it'll grow on its own. As for AdWords, you'd have to start a campaign per each of those 3 segments, but they would all produce results. They're not, again, first connections. I was reading this the other day. I kind of skimmed through it, and then the other day it really caught me. This will help you consistently convert a percentage of first connections. I'm not introducing you to anyone. They're going to be leads that are looking for clients, and so especially with AdWords, that's what AdWords is known for. Is for targeted buyer intent leads. And so once again, but you do have to cost, and once again, the cost and will all be covered here in just a second in the proposal after you view this. So anyway, we work the latest techniques and methodology. I know what works. You're only paying per lead. I'm gonna give you the prices and what I'm offering. Like I said, is a money back guarantee. If I don't produce the leads with the AdWords, you don't have to pay. All the management and everything that is on me. All you got to do is put your ad spending budget up front so we can start running these ads, which they're almost ready. Of course, I got to put a couple landing pages together so I can make sure to test and we can grab these leads. But it's pretty much ready. Usually by the time you say yes and I get the credit card on file, we can have a campaign going within about 48 hours or so. And have leads coming in within about 72-ish, right around there. So it's a pretty quick return. Anyway, no contract, no nothing. If I produce and if I perform, then I keep the business, and if I don't, then I just stick with the SEO. But that's not going to happen. So, but I just put my money where my mouth is on the AdWords stuff, because what I just showed you, highly classified. Don't tell anybody. Anyway, Mr. Culpepper, I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. You have a good day.